Welcome back, Wolfpack Verlos here, and this is going to be a competitive relook for Pokemon with the Pokedex numbers 51 through 100, and let's just get started off with the ones I completely butchered. That Rapidash gets Body Slam as a 3rd generation move tutor, most likely not going to have that. Same with Kingler. These Pokemon don't really get Body Slam, and these Pokemon I'm going to be talking about right here, these are not 6th generation legal, and by that I mean these are Pokemon that can't be created by being caught or bred in the 6th generation. That also includes Dugtrio because Sucker Punch is a 4th generation move tutor, and Golem with its 4th generation move tutor Sucker Punch. Also with Farfetch, for some reason while I was talking about it, I didn't realize that Slash had a high critical hit ratio. The idea of Farfetch was using the crit stick. And now that you have a stab crit stick move, so something I did want to address, and then you still run the same Farfetch, but with Slash, because the most damage possible if you're not hitting a super effective hit. Alright, now let's also look at some of the movesets that I really forgot or looked over or didn't mention, and the biggest one I think is going to be Persian. A lot of people got mad that I did not mention Hidden Power, Technician, Nasty Plot Persian, because I didn't think it was that powerful. That 65 special attack, not really going to mean too much with a Nasty Plot. Now, 115 base speed. Persian's high speed, very strong to have, and with that, 115 speed, very good speed tier, timid nature. So special attack, 228. If you use Nasty Plot, that gets you over 450, which is pretty good, but it's not insane. However, Technician boosts mean that you are going to find a good amount of damage. So with this, you use Focus Sash, you set up your Nasty Plot, and then Swift. Swift is Technician boosted. Hidden Power. Hidden Power is Technician boosted. I was thinking you could go with Hidden Power Fire because Icy Wind. You get Icy Wind through Tutor. It means that you don't have to try to worry about a Hidden Power Ice or anything like that. And it's only 5 less base power. Still affected by Technician. Still a Dragon Killer. Still something to mention. Best case scenario is that your opponent, you try to kill off all of your opponent's priority. That way you get 1 or 2 Nasty Plot boosts, and then you just go for a coverage sweep. If you don't want to put Hidden Power on a Persian, it does take a very long time to breed for Hidden Power. You also have Power Gem. Power Gem is going to be good against Pokemon like Charizard. Now, technically, Talonflame isn't going to be good because it has priority, so you can take out Power Gem, Charizard and stuff, or you just go Hidden Power Fire with Power Gem, and this is going to give you some really good coverage, as well as just being a surprising Persian set with that Nasty Plot Technician that I neglected to mention. Next up, we have Alakazam. Now, Alakazam, if you're running regular Alakazam, you're going to want Focus Sash, Timid Nature. If you're running Mega Alakazam, this set works for both of them, you want Modest Nature. That way you're still getting a lot of outspeeds, and you're still doing really crazy amounts of damage. The idea here is Protect. Most likely when an opponent attacks you, they're going to be using their strongest move, most likely to knock you out. You use Protect, you absorb the move. Next up, you just go for a Disable. They're still going to be wanting to try out their strongest move on you, so you're going to disable it. And then you use Encore. Since you're faster than your opponent, Encore applies before they move, which means they're using their disabled move, and now they're completely shut down. They either have to stay in and struggle, or switch out, and then they eat a free Psychic. So the idea behind this is Psychic. Now, Mega Alakazam has some very strong 2-hit KO potential with neutral hits, so as long as they don't switch into a Dark-type Pokemon, Psychic, switch in, that's more than 50% of their health, then you do another Psychic, that's a KO right there, and until they catch on to you, you're still going to be able to disable moves, you can still lock them out, or you just try to keep converting from there. Then another Psychic means your Alakazam just 1 for 1. If it's Focus Sash Alakazam, you might even get a 2 for 1, or you can just try to disable Encore, and then set up with a different Pokemon once your Mega Alakazam gets knocked out. After that, with my Mega Slowbro, in my exclusive Mega Slowbro guide, I mentioned Rest Talk, but in my regular Slowbro Mega Slowbro guide, I didn't, and it's still really crazy. That Sleep Talk with Rest means that you can just call mine, if you get Toxic, if you get Status, you get to rest, and then you have nothing to worry about. Shell Armor means that you cannot be struck by critical hits, and with your stupid amount of defense, it's really hard to catch up. That unless they have Swords Dance or Dragon Dance, they really can't outpace your Calm Minds, and they really can't outpace your damage. If they're trying to hit you special, it means that they can't get a super effective critical hit move that's going to knock you out because of your Shell Armor, and they can't Toxic you because you have Rest. So this is actually really busted. It's like Rest Talk's Suicune, but better because you just have a higher base defense, and you're going to be able to set up the Calm Minds really easily, do Scald for damage. The only thing you have to worry about is Water Absorb. If your opponent has Water Absorb, try to remove that Pokemon, and then you just go for the sweep, and now Mega Slowbro is unstoppable. After that, the next 3 movesets are going to have the same thing going on, because I kind of forget about Assault Vest from time to time. So let's talk about Assault Vest Magnezone. Now you can use Magnet Pull, that way you become a pure, just Steel-type killer Pokemon, Hidden Power Fire means that special Aegislash not going to be able to do a thing to you because Assault Vest, you're going to resist it really well, and then you just go for the Hidden Power Fire. They can't switch out because of Magnet Pull, and that's going to be pretty funny. Other than that, you can just run Analytic. Analytic is going to give you 30% more damage if you move last, and most likely you are since you are a fairly slow Pokemon, and then you just go for the best coverage options. Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Fire. If you're hitting them super effective, or you're just hitting them with strong neutral hits, that's potential 2-hit KO damage, especially with that Analytic, or even 1-hit KOs against more frail Pokemon. With your Assault Vest and natural defensive bulk, it's going to be very difficult to 1-hit KO you, and then you just kind of go for 1-for-1 or even more off of all this damage while getting just some kind of craziness. If you use Magnezone in the late game, you might be able to one-shot some weakened up Pokemon really easily and go for 3 or KOs or something ridiculous because you're just going to be so tanky from that Assault Vest and hit point investment. Next up, we have Dual Death Calibur's Hypno. Now, I was talking about Hypno, like, it can be a very strong Pokemon with all the setup options, but it needs Sustain. Well, Drain Punch, Power Punch gives it Sustain, and it also has all the elemental punches, so as a physical attacker, it has really good coverage that it can make use of. So what you want to do with this is run Assault Vest, max out your defenses, and then your natural special defense going to be very high with that Assault Vest, run Impish Nature since you're not using special attacks, go hit point defense investment, and then just go for that Power Punch. After 1 or 2 Power Punches, you can use a Drain Punch, get some health back, Fire Punch and Zen Headbutt, great coverage with a little bit of stab, and you even have Ice Punch as an option if you want to run that. So this is a very surprising set, that it does have a good amount of tankiness, and if your opponent's trying to do setup, you might sneak in a Power Punch, get a little bit of extra damage over them, and then just try to convert off of Drain Punches and Ice Punches, and crazy things like that. So this can be really solid. And then Muck. Muck is kind of the same idea, except this one doesn't really have Sustain. So you can either go with some defensive investment, or just max out, YOLO, go full attack, use a Power Punch and a Gunk Shot. Muck still has a 105 base attack. 105 base attack with that Power Punch boosting is going to be stupidly powerful, and because of Poison Touch gives you a 30% chance of poisoning your target. So you can use Power Punch, poison them right there, you do a little bit of damage, Poison's going to activate, and then you Gunk Shot. If they aren't a Steel-type Pokemon, you're going to destroy them if it does land. Gunk Shot does have the 80% accuracy, but if it lands, you know, that's very high chance to KO, even on neutral hits, and then you're just going for those 1-for-1s that you set a Power Punch, you endure the hit, you throw a KO back, you endure the hit, you throw a KO back, and it's a very high chance of just going 1-for-1. Also, Fire Punch, going to be good against Steel types, which are immune to your Gunk Shot, Ice Punch, just for the coverage and everything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, some extra sets for you guys, as well as some things I did mess up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a nice day.